Well, one thing is for sure, when there's 10 bikes battling for the lead here in the Aprilia Super Teens on Eurosport, the pit lane can get quite tense. Lots of mums and dads biting their fingernails here, waiting for their sons and daughters to come round. But that does line us up very nicely into race 2 of the Aprilia Super Teens. Robin, over to you.
Thanks very much, Steve. Yes, indeed, the tension, you could cut it with a knife, couldn't you? Aprilia Super Teens then, our second race on GP Racing Dream. For them on pole position, 15, Twyman. Alongside him, 20, new lap record holder of Donington Park, Tom Oliver. Then it's number 9, Ben Luxton. On the outside of that front row will be 21, Max Simmons. There we see Max concentrating. Revs at the beginning, second row. Well, 75's Brad Jones, 17 Alistair Deus, our earlier race winner. Also 40 Joe Francis and 34 Louis Dawson completing that second row. But it's watch the lights time, and our youngsters on GP Racing Dream on the Aprilia Super Teams are off and away. Now then, Steve, we saw a great race earlier with this massive freight train, 10 bikes fighting out for the lead. We could be in for much more of the same.
Yeah, I think Tom Oliver, championship leader, well, he'll just be looking to try and get himself in that front gaggle, because it's so easy to just drop from 1st to 15th here. All of the top 10 this season, how can you pick a championship winner? You just can't. Great racing, hold on to your hats, because we've got some great laps of fun coming up here, I'm sure.
Ben Luxton away in the lead once again. He shows well at the front. Tom Oliver was right up there as well as they run up towards McLean's, but now they switch back up the hill towards Coppice, and you can see that Brad Jones is up in the second, number 75. Tom Oliver tucked in behind him. But goodness me, Steve, I know it's only the first lap, they're on the Dunlop Straight, but at the moment nobody in the midfield wants to be dropped from the leaders at all.
No, but it is a solid first lap for Ben Luxton, and I'm sure he'll be quite pleased to have gone through the first part of this race unscathed. A little bit further back there, 26, that's Matthew Shillings. But alongside Ben Luxton, here comes race 1 winner, Alistair Deus, number 17. Just behind him, 75, Bradley Jones. And then it's championship leader Tom Oliver with the white leathers.
Yep, that's the leading four as they run down through Redgate. And, well, you can see everybody wants a piece of this. We had 10 in the race-long battle for the lead earlier on. I make that a dozen or so now, and I'll tell you what, the next half dozen aren't that far back. It's fantastic stuff once again for the Aprilias.
Brilliant stuff, and Bradley Jones has once again made his way up into second position, so it's the same two at the front at the moment. Alistair Deus leads from Bradley Jones, and Ben Luxton, having led from the first lap, is just down in third ahead of Harry Coomber, I think that is.
Yep.
Ross Twyman's also in the mix, as is Joe Francis.
Yep, he's Harry Coomber. Showed later in the earlier race. Last couple of laps he really came into contention, but showing his hand a little earlier this time as Ben Luxton. Well, they were three abreast coming down to Goddard's, but he just squeezes through to lead it through that last chicane with Brad Jones. Now they're there side by side, and there we see Ryan Longshaw, who was the highest placed rookie, finished fourth in the earlier race. He's in the mix as well in that leading group.
Yeah, number 10 Ryan Longshaw and number 40 are in the leading group. Joe Francis, both wearing orange vests, which indicate that they are rookie riders for this season. But at the front here, it is Ben Luxton that led from the off, that goes through to Craner Curves as the race leader. And just behind him, Bradley Jones, and then,
It's Alistair Deus, isn't it? And Tom Oliver. Well, Tom was up into third. He now gets squeezed back to fifth as Harry Coomber puts the pressure on. And Ross Twyman not that far back either. But, and somebody swinging very wide up and over the curbs there, but keeping it all on the straight and narrow eventually. That looked like it was Harry Coomber, I think, but he's come back on in fifth place, Steve.
Yeah, Alistair Deus has lost a couple of places as well, so he's dropped down to third or fourth now, but well, look at them all here. We're not even halfway distance yet, and there's Ben Luxton going to try and retake the lead, but he's been closed on there. Bradley Jones it is that leads, and it's just a mass scrap for third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, all the way back down to 12th.
Yeah, Max Simmons in there being chased hard by Ryan Longshaw. They're down around 7th and 8th, and up the front it's Brad who now takes over at the front. So he leads, we've had 3 different leaders, I think, at the last count in this race already. There's plenty more out there prospectively to choose from.
Well, it's all about just trying to keep your line and keep things on the black stuff. But it is Brad Jones that leads from Alistair Deus, a reversal of the race 1. But on the exit there of the old hairpin, this is where Alistair Deus is very, very good. And a little bit further back, there's one of our younger female riders. That's Charlie Oakland there.
Yep, it's Tom Oliver, who's moved up into 4th place. But there we see Harry Coomber making good as well. He's made up a couple of positions. In fact, he's probably going to be 3rd, but then they all fan out, and it's... I can hear the Dam Busters march.
Oh, Harry Coomber up the inside from 4th or 5th position, and swung up the inside of a lot of them. Joe Francis is there as well. This is fantastic racing. Where did Harry Coomber just pop up from?
I'll tell you what, who wants it most? Alistair Deus back to the front, number 17. Harry Coomber, number 61, though, just runs it up the inside into Redgate. Retakes the lead, so it's Coomber from Deus. That's the leading 2 as they run down to Hollywood this time.
Yeah, I think Radstock's Harry Coomber there, number 61, that may just be a rehearsal for one of the last laps. He's showing there that he's got supreme speed on the brakes going into the final corner. That may prove pivotal towards the end of this one. Joe Francis has got himself up into the top 3 now. The young 13-year-old with the purple wheels and the orange vest, number 40. He's up to 2nd ahead of Brad Jones.
Deus still leads it, our earlier race winner. But it's it's fingertip stuff, and look at Francis putting up alongside him, and once again, here we go. Let's hum the Dam Busters march. It's full flying formation. Here they come into the tight chicane, and Harry Coomber squeezes up the inside, holds that line. Joe Francis is in 2nd.
Yep, for the 2nd time, Coomber's done exactly the same thing again. He may be losing out. Look at them, 4 abreast across the line. Last lap flag. Well, who's your money on, folks? I think that this is going to be really close. I think Ben Luxton and the likes of Tom Oliver may have just lost out a little bit here. They're back in about 5th or 6th.
You know, we do know, though, that the winner could quite easily come from anywhere in the leading group. So far, Steve, the amazing thing is nobody has made any sort of silly mistake at the front. They're all still on board and riding, as you can see, as hard as you like. And Harry Coomber looking left and right, trying to squeeze away through there. Can't quite see a clear path past Alistair Deus.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure if I'd want to be the leader going into the final corner here, because you've got some 10, 11 hungry teenagers breathing down your neck, and it is Deus at the moment that leads it.
And Joe Francis in 2nd place. So, Francis, you can see the rookie orange vest there as he pulls up alongside Deus. They're coming down for the last time into this new chicane here at Goddard's. It's the last corner of the last lap, and Harry Coomber squeezes through like a pig for an orange and just gets past Alistair Deus, and he's going to stay on board and take the checker flag. It's a fantastic charge to the line. Coomber wins it. Deus is 2nd. So Starline said there, he can barely believe it. He's chucking the flag at him and steps back. What a wonderful race, Steve. Brilliant riding, simply to stay on board and race that half from the whole bunch of them.
Well, unbelievable racing, and you've got to say you'd be disappointed, wouldn't you, if you finished 8th, bearing in mind you're only a 2nd behind the winner.
It's brilliant. Harry Coomber the win then from Alistair Deus and Tom Oliver, with Joe Francis picking up the win in the Nitro Newcomers. There we see the overall podium. Harry Coomber, the winner, in the middle there. And in the championship standings, well, it closes up again. Still a handy lead at the moment for Tom Oliver. But look at it behind. Ben Luxton 2nd, Joe Francis 3rd. Then Harry Coomber really coming into the picture in 4th ahead of Alistair Deus. And then our Nitro Newcomer podium. Well, Joe Francis there. This time takes the spoils, and in the standings he leads it with Ryan Longshaw and David Allingham, with Alex Baker, George Stanley and Ryan Vickers up next. Ahead of Russell Brown, Brian McAdam, Sam Smith and Milo Ward.
3rd place in the Aprilia Super Teens, Tom Oliver. It's been a tricky weekend. There's so many people that could have won that race, and well, you've got to feel sorry for the people that haven't been on the top step of the podium.
Yeah, it's been such a hard weekend. Everyone's been on it. Lap times have been quicker than last year. All top 10 has been on it so much. It's been so hard to get up here on the podium, but I've done it in this race, so I'm happy with that.
Well done to you, Tom. We're going to move on to Alistair Deus now. Alistair, winner of that last race, but this was a lot tougher. There were so many riders out there. Me and Robin couldn't keep up with what was going on.
I know me and Harry was having a good battle with all the rest of them. It was real close, but Harry just managed to get me on the last corner. Unfortunately, I don't know who managed to cross the line first, but we were neck and neck, and it was a good race.
Well, well done to you, Alistair. We'll now move on to Harry Coomber. Harry, we were going to try and get a word with you anyway after your win here a couple of weeks ago. Finally, you're on the top step on TV day.
Oh, it was absolutely brilliant. It was really, really good race. I couldn't believe it when I got it over the line. It was just like, oh, that close, but yeah.
On the last lap, there was 4 of you going across the line within probably a tenth of a second. I mean, did you know, was it just all down to luck in the end, or?
Oh, I really don't know. I really don't know. I come out the corner first, but I missed a gear. But I just didn't know. It was good, really good.
And do you have anyone to thank at all?
I'd like to thank Scott Finley for doing a brilliant job with the bike, A&R Racing, and my mum and dad.
Well done to you, Harry. We'll see you at the next round.
Cheers, thanks.
Well, that's it from a brilliant GP racing dream here at Donington Park. Goodbye from myself, Robin Murphy, and from Steve Day. We'll see you in a couple of weeks' time after Anglesey.